I think the first thing people think about when they hear Fargo is the weather. The weather in Fargo is really unpredictable, and we really have to be prepared for anything all the time. Because of how cold it can be, almost everybody here knows how to ice skate. It's really embarrassing when one of our friends doesn't know how. So knowing how to skate here is kind of like knowing how to swim. I'm Adam Brachman. I'm a 17-year-old pianist and composer from Fargo, North Dakota. When I'm not composing or playing piano, I like to go bouldering. Climbing and music are actually more similar than people might expect. You can just improvise, it's kind of the same. I was introduced to music from a very young age. My mother signed me up for piano lessons, and actually, when I was a baby, she took me to a music class where we would learn rhythms, and I'd like to think that maybe that set me up for music. I found classical music videos on the internet, classical piano pieces written by mostly Chopin and Rachmaninoff, and I was blown away by how amazing they were. I never had considered myself as somebody who likes classical music, but ever since 8th grade, I've fallen in love with classical music, and I think that everybody just needs to find what style of music fits them, because really classical music is every genre. The first piece of classical music that I fell in love with immediately was Chopin's First Ballade. I had been dreaming of playing it since the day that I first saw it, almost 5 years ago now, in 8th grade. And I immediately looked up the sheet music, found out it was way too difficult for me to learn. When I first started with classical music with the professor, I walked in and he had me play the Chopin Minute Waltz. He asked me if I was serious about doing classical music, and well, I think this approach might be a little intense. It was very good for me. I learned so much in just a year. After that, I decided that I thought I was ready to start learning the Chopin Ballade, which I'd been dreaming of playing for 5 years. So I asked my mom to order the sheet music on Amazon, and I started learning it. It took me a whole summer. I think that it's been one of my proudest achievements of my classical career, learning the Chopin Ballade. My compositions didn't start as etudes. They just started as a piece that I wanted to play. Most of my compositions start as improvisations. So when I just sit down and meddle on the piano, I think that some of my compositions are unique because I don't exactly have a specific style. I don't focus completely on romantic era classical music, and I'm not a jazz pianist. I like to intertwine my styles, and sometimes I do things that are even more exotic. I think that my music community here in Fargo has made a difference in my composition. While it might not be directly inspired by the location or the landscape, it has been influenced a lot by the people. The people here in Fargo are incredible people. I think growing up in a town that's relatively small compared to the rest of the US has made a difference because I'm able to have a personal connection with almost everybody involved in music. I think that if I was growing up in a bigger city, it would be more difficult to get that. I think that I still could, but I'm not sure that I would have ever gone into music because having a community that's so supportive of music really fosters people who are passionate about music. And I can't say that I would have been had I not had the incredible resources that I have here. My plan for the future is to attend Augustana University in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and double major in music production and piano performance. I really want to get a broad education in music production from composition all the way to marketing, and I'm really excited to see where that takes me in life.
Oh my gosh, that's so gorgeous. That's awesome.
That was one of the best takes I've ever gotten.